So we have Dr. Enid Martinez on today to show us an exercise to integrate dimensions. And we've had her on before talking about it. So this is really like a nice follow-up. So again, don't do this while driving. Have you ever traveled to another dimension? Well, we're going to try a little bit of traveling to another dimension today. We have Enid Martinez, actually Dr. Enid, and she's an expert in expanding and integrating your awareness so that we can shift to other dimensions.
Correct.
So I'm Deb Peterson. This is Balance Your Life podcast, our evolving consciousness. And I have Michael here with me today because he is going to travel to another dimension. So this is just, we're going to do a little demo with Enid. So this is something that, like, we don't want you driving if you're listening to the podcast.
Right.
This is something that
you
you
need
might...
to be at home.
Yes.
Or in a place that you're alone, by yourself, relax, with water next to you always. Water is a carrier of energy.
Yes.
And intention, so...
Okay,
you know.
So this is just a little extra treat to our normal podcast. And again, don't drive while traveling to another dimension.
Okay.
So I'm going to let Enid go ahead and start.
Right. So I'm just going to start with this a 1 minute quick oversimplified explanation of what is like of our consciousness and the body. So the consciousness, we are multidimensional beings. Our consciousness goes beyond this 3D lens awareness. We have expanded awareness, okay? So our brain is the computer, is the hardware. Consciousness is the software. It's the programming, is what information that we access, not just in the 3D, but also beyond our 3-dimensional time and space, okay? So we all have access through our intuitive channel to access this information and then bring it back. This is called the integration process. This is very key in the ascension process, because you can get an insight here at this vibration, but you need to bring it integrated into the body, so the body, which takes longer to catch up to this vibration, can fully integrate it, and you say, yeah, I got it. And it's fully, and you know it's a visual, you got it in the body. You got the knowing, you got the insight, you got your epiphany, you got your aha moment, but you're embodying it.
That's how you know,
That's
right?
how you know.
That you're
like,
integrated.
it's a
right.
visual, I got it. I've experienced it, I know it, and now you shift it into a higher vibrational reality.
Okay. Can I ask you, how long would you stay in that vibrational reality, typically?
So think of, so here you are, and then you have all these bands of frequency, and you have access to all of them. But your attention is here. Once you get information, because you have access so from something here, this is a higher voltage. You bring it in. Now, sometimes the body takes time. I'll give you an example. When I was in the city looking for a job, I heard from a depth, there is no competition. I'm looking for a job in the city. This, from this dimension, vibration, band of consciousness, tells me there is no such thing as competition, right? So my existence, my lens, it says, that's not true. I'm hitting the pavement in the city looking for a job. There are 20 candidates next to me, and you're telling me there is no competition. So now, based on my experience, because the body, this lens is based on history, your points of reference, what you've known to be true, right? And it's like, if something from here comes here and tells you something that doesn't jive, you're going to fight it.
Right.
At the beginning, you're going to say, no, come down here with me and look for a job with me, and then we'll talk. Okay?
Right.
So then, once you have that resonance, I said, okay, I don't quite agree, but I'm going to keep that resonance just in case. Down my timeline, my linear time, in my experience, this somehow will click. And
yeah, it's about trusting also.
As I started my spiritual journey and learning that what is meant to be will be, and we are co-creating our lives and our experiences, that finally, that piece of information, I go, oh, I got it. There is no, but I felt it visually and through my own experiences. That's when I embodied that he's a pearl of wisdom from a higher dimensional time and space that I can have access to. It's
Right.
called the integration process. When you integrate it, that's when you truly get it.
Okay. So you're going to show us how to do that,
So, Okay, so we
or
have.
talk us how to
Thank
do it. I
you.
should
So,
say.
so when you do this at home, and I
Don't
usually
fly away.
when I work with my clients, they're relaxed. They're connecting to their higher self. This is important connection to that aspect of yourself that has access to all there is,
Yeah.
and brings it down. So you stay in your body through the breath work. That's solar plexus diaphragmatic breath. So if you're at home, you can close your eyes. Okay, Mike, so just close your eyes. And just breathe, just right on that solar plexus diaphragmatic breath. And with each breath, you're more centered in your body. You're more relaxed. And nothing else matters but the moment, the present time. There's only now. Only now. And with each breath, you feel more and more relaxing in your body and more in present time. And then there's a part of you that knows everything about you, that loves you unconditionally, that knows your soul's journey, that knows all your multidimensional self, loves you unconditionally. And that's wise, Mike. Just get in touch with a part of you. This is stillness, love, wisdom. When you feel connected to that part of you, you can nod. And now, ask this part of you something that you want to co-create, something that maybe you've been grappling with recently, that maybe you need more information, something that you haven't thought about. And let me know if you have that already in your mind. Okay. So you're going to ask this part of you to take you to a place. And it's your place of peace where you co-create anything and everything you want. And just step into that place. It could be a nature place. It could be a color. Anything your higher self, that wise Mike, take you to. And when you feel in this space, let me know with a nod. Okay, so now with your higher self, ask your higher self to open up like a virtual reality, another dimension, another space. So with your hand, you can even wave your hand and a space and time opens up. There you go. You have a virtual reality right in front of you. This virtual reality contains all the information that you need to co-create. What is it that you want to co-create? Or has the answers to your questions? Has healing information? Has wisdom? It's a guiding tool. And this reality has all the resources that you need to co-create that which you can and want to. And when you're ready, imagine you are moving, you're stepping into that virtual reality. And you can even move your leg forward as a motion with your body that you're stepping into that time and space. There you go. Just feel yourself fully present. See the colors of that time and space. In this time and space, you have everything you need. The tools, people, times, places, and events lining up. Feel the vibration. What is it like in your body at the cellular level to be in this dimensional space where the answers to their questions are readily available, where the resources are readily available, Maybe you sense colors, maybe you sense people or objects. Allow them to show them in your field. Imagine you're walking in this field and your path lights up in this virtual reality. Each step you take, you're anchoring and grounding the resources, the inner knowing, the answers to your questions. So imagine you're walking on this path in this virtual reality. And events show up in your field in this virtual reality. People that you may not know yet show up. Opportunities, maybe in colors. Sometimes opportunities come up in bubbles of light. And they're all lining up. And as you walk, you're anchoring and grounding these opportunities. And your body feels really relaxed, opened. Feel what it feels like to be in this dimensional time and space. You are completely safe. Sense yourself receiving information through thought forms, gut feelings, knowingness lining up. Your body is receiving is a receptor of these energies. Give your path a color now. A color that's going to sustain you, support you on this journey in this time and space to co-create a new reality in which you're already existing. So as you walk on this path, see the color of your path. Feel your body, your spinal column and your nervous system connecting with this color and running it up your nervous system, through your brain, your neurotransmitters. You are completely in a different time and space, experiencing already that which you want to experience. It is done. There's only love, peace, light, healing, wisdom. Opportunities abound. Maybe you sense your guides, a guide, someone who wants to help you. Maybe it could be an animal as a companion on your journey in this dimensional time and space. They're all there at your disposal. You might hear words, you might hear sound. And thank your helpers or supporters in this time and space, in this virtual reality. You have already experienced in this time and space that which you want to co-create. Is already at your disposal, in your body, at the cellular level, in your consciousness. And not only when you're ready, you may return back from this virtual reality, back into that place, your place of peace, where you were initially with your higher self. So you can, only when you're ready, you step out of the reality, back into the space where you were with your higher self. And feel what it feels like to embody, integrate the vibrations, the energy, the thought forms of that which you have already created and now you will experience. And only when you're ready, you may leave your place with your higher self, coming back to this room, to this very room. And you can imagine you have a glass of water if you don't have it physically with you. And so just imagine there's a bottle, anything that we intend is, and in this water has all the information from that virtual reality. It goes into the molecules of that water. So grab your, and when you're ready to drink it, and take that vibrational knowledge, knowingness, all the way to your cells, and your cells resonate, grab that information, and body integrate. It is done.
Has someone passed away that you would like a message from? Do you want to know if they're okay or if they have anything to say to you? Then you don't want to miss this. We have celebrity evidential medium Anthony Maraca, Thursday, June 5th at the Unitarian in Morristown. Tickets are on sale now, so don't miss him. He always sells out, so get your tickets soon. Pretty cool, huh?
I feel very thirsty.
Well, thank you, Enid, for doing that.
So when we're co-creating, we always imagine what we visualize, we do things, right? And that we put out there into our field. Remember, we have our field of co-creation, but beyond this field, there are other fields, okay? But imagine you have like slices of consciousness, this higher vibration, higher. So we're expanding and contracting like the breath, right? And then go. So when you're co-creating something, you may have thought forms in your level of consciousness, because remember, in this, we only know based on our history, and you say, oh, that's not going to happen. My experience has been, right? But your experience is based on this time and space. You want to expand the possibility and get into this slice. Because here is possible. Here, if you keep thinking of, I tried it 20 times, you know, blah, 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 and you keep giving yourself the narrative of why it's not possible, right? It's not possible. Here is possible. We, through our intuition, have access to this. This is our channel to move into, and this is all you. Your consciousness goes way beyond. This is why for us humans to think of unlimitedness is mind-blowing. It is mind-blowing, right? Because we're here to experience limitations. That's what this is a very dense, slow wave dimensional space. Right. And the body is very dense. It needs time to catch up to that higher vibration in all these other slices of consciousness.
But aren't we moving towards a higher vibration as
yes.
a whole now? Isn't
so
that
we're
why?
moving. Yeah, so as we expand, there's going to be some levels of resistance.
Sure, right. And people are going to be at different places in their expansion process.
Right, exactly. So they're going to be at different stages in their journey where we have our own unique soul signature with a path, with our challenges, with our limitations, but also with our capabilities of living and experiencing more than our limitations. Right. This is called the expansion process. The ascension process is higher vibration.
Right.
But you move path of least resistance to the next slice because it's easier as you expand. Your body, remember, your body wants to stay
grounded. Yeah, right.
This is all I know, right? But here, now we're ascending, we're expanding, we're coming here, okay? So we go into the neighborhood, vibrational, higher vibration, but it's easier to step into this now.
Right, and probably the more times you do it, right, the easier it becomes.
Yes.
Also.
Yes. So there's a lot more of you all the way out or all the way up, however you want to think it, right? What happens is when you try to go all the way here, when you're still kind of working, you can have access to this. When you bring it here, there's more of a gap. There could be more of a resistance.
Right, going back and forth, right.
Here, you can levitate.
In the higher vibration. Right, don't forget, some people are listening. They're not, they're not seeing
so
the here.
So as you go higher, let's say higher.
Right, higher vibration.
Right, higher vibration or expanded self. Okay, you can levitate, right? But at the moment, it's not in your level, the density where you are.
Right.
It does not allow that. That doesn't mean you cannot.
Right.
Okay.
Right, that's great.
But you have access to that possibility, right? So when you're co-creating and you're expanding and you're raising your vibration, you are allowing yourself the flexibility to accept these higher thought forms.
Right, so when you want to create something, you should go to that higher thought form first, right? You want to be in alignment.
Yes.
And then from there, create, right?
Yes.
Because that's how things manifest much more easily. And,
right.
Right. So how often would you recommend that somebody do this exercise?
When you want to co-create something, you want to go first for the channels that best work for you. A lot of people are visual, highly visual, so they will visualize, they will image it, okay?
Right.
Others are more visceral, they feel it. So the more senses you bring to that experience, the better. Okay. So the virtual reality, you're stepping into that which you have co-created, because it's already in your field. You're kind of stepping into a room.
Right.
That has what
exactly like the exercise. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, should somebody do this like once a week, 5 times, or is it individual?
As often as you can, because this is like, and so when you get information from this room and you come back, jot it down.
Okay.
Or record it. And then, as the very interesting thing is, now the body has this moved it. Now, as you walk and you start creating, you start getting ideas.
Right, just flows in.
I didn't think about that one before.
Okay.
You get a phone call. Hey, Mike, do you know that there is blah, 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 blah? Oh, yeah, I like that opportunity. Thank you very much. Boom. That you don't even have to work.
Well, right. That's how it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, so then now you still need to take your action steps. Like if that person calls you with the opportunity, you go and do it and you ground it. That's when you're anchoring in your path.
Right. But you're inspired.
It's
more
but
like
now
inspired.
You get the inspiration, the ideas.
Right.
You know, maybe you were focused on something and you were not allowing yourself to think of this. And now, after you had that virtual reality experience, now it's like, no, I'm going to allow this now. Whereas before, I wasn't. I was resisting it.
Right.
Now
you're
I'm just going to be more flexible. Now you're moving up in vibration. And you're bringing those down to the body, grounding it here on the 3D level.
Great. I think that's fantastic.
So whether it's healing, whether it's, create a job, feel it visually, get your body.
Anything, any aspect of your life, right?
Yes.
This will work with.
Yes, any aspect.
Absolutely.
The information is out there for you to grab it at higher vibrations, download it.
Yeah, that's essentially what you're doing, right.
Integrate into the body. Take action. Part of the integration is to take action steps and be patient, because your body is going to take longer because it's just denser.
Yep.
It's just denser.
Any questions, Michael, before we
No, that was great.
Right? Okay, did you get a lot of good information, you think?
Lots of feelings.
Okay.
Less thoughts, but
good.
More like vibrational feelings.
Excellent.
Okay, so those vibrational feelings that you are going to further translate into ideas, action steps, opportunities opening.
Yeah.
Getting phone calls out of the blues, and so it's you just have to be open and continue.
To receive.
Yes, and then now the path is already set. So the color that you put on your path, that's the igniter. So you're stepping on your path, opportunity, people, places, events. So it's almost like you're remembering your future. Because it's already there in your field. You just need to kind of step into it and just do the, sometimes
do the work.
Do the work. Yeah, show up for yourself. And the more you're fluid with it and trust. You have to trust the process.
Right. We talk about that a lot here on this podcast, about trusting your intuition, not second guessing yourself, really trying to receive those messages.
Yes.
That's a big one here. So, you know, but it's always good to be reminded of it. So, well, thank you, Dr. Enid Martinez.
Thank you
very
much.
With us today. We appreciate that. And I hope everybody can try this and open up to the higher dimensions a lot easier.
Yes, and always remember water. Have a water
ready
right. After you do any energy work, and you infuse those molecules with the thought. You're a co-creator. Remember, higher self in your body, commanding the water to have the experience, the colors, the vibration of the colors of the virtual reality, of that, the feelings, the love, the light. And then once you feel ready, because your body, your mind is infused in the water, and then you feel like, oh, it's done. You'll know in your gut it's done.
Okay.
Then you drink it.
Beautiful. You can probably just do the water thing too. Always, right?
Always.
Okay. That's a great tip.
Yes.
Also.
And the food, like.
And food too, yes.
Food. Anything you can literally shift the vibrational shape of the molecules everything is atoms, molecules, electrons, everything is vibration. Remember that.
Right. And what do you do with the food? Same thing?
Yeah, you can either pray, it says elevate the vibration of this food. You thank the plants, the animals, whomever, where you thank gratitude, and you tell your body this will be accepted, this is accepted by my body, well digested. Thank you for replenishing, nourishing. Thank you, universe. And then you eat.
Okay. And then you never gain a pound. There you go. It works like magic.
Yeah, maybe in the virtual reality we could be like completely, there's a version of ourselves that looks different. It's like, okay, come here.
Right. Exactly. We can bring that in too. Why not?
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
All right. Well, thanks again for being on with us today.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank
and
you
we'll
for
see you
having
next
me.
time.